Oh, Foghorn dropped a new video? Oh shit. Oh, he got him. Oh shit, triple kill? What the hell is going on? I'm trying to watch my video. Wait, this isn't a test. Oh shit. What's going on?
People of America, I bring you this message with great discretion. This, unfortunately, is not a drill. The AZNLPTSCO has infiltrated the US government, unleashing droves of anti-Zionist reptilian lizard people to enact acts of terror amongst US citizens alike. Officials suspect Prime Minister Musk to be the culprit. After revealing his new biological 3D printer by Tesla, he tried to reincarnate the dead, frozen head of Adolf Hitler to run as the US president. Because of this, the LGBTQ sovereign state has been lashing out in acts of furryism. Because of this, Tesla cars have been reportedly auto-locking themselves onto the furry radicalists and driving towards them and exploding. Furthermore, all people with a Meta Neuralink chip have been entering a rogue-like state, following along with the atrocities of the reptilians. Citizens of America, Washington, D.C. has lost connection to all major cities. EMPs have been striking satellites, blocking U.S. global ties. Our final messages: stay home, barricade your doors and your windows, protect your family, and pray for all U.S. citizens.
Oh my god, bro. The apocalypse is finally happening. You know what that means? That means I can finally not LARP in my mom's basement. Let's fucking go! Woo!
Hey, dickhead. Well. You owe me some rations.
What? I don't owe you shit. What are
Yes,
you
you do,
about?
bitch. You owe me some rations.
No, I don't. No, I don't. Get away from me. Get away from me. What you got? I don't have anything.
What you got? What you got on you? Some water?
No.
Ammo? I know you got something,
I
man.
haven't got anything on me, man.
You got stuff, man.
I don't
What
have
you
anything
got?
on me, man. Get away from me. Get away from me.
Come on, I'm gonna kick your ass. This is what happens when you owe people shit.
I wish I took the time to train. I'm so fucking shit. I'm gonna fucking die out here, man. I'm gonna fucking die. I don't wanna die. Please, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
How many did you own?
I don't know.
Hey, calm down. How many did you own?
I don't know. Leave me alone.
Dude, relax.
Leave me alone. Wait a minute. You're the newscaster.
I was the newscaster, yeah. Get up. You gotta fix yourself up, dude. What's wrong with you? I heard you talking about you didn't train, buddy. You know, there's always time to train.
Okay.
You owe me what you owed him, plus double, and I'll show you the ropes. Sound good?
Okay.
Hey guys, good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to our channel, Foghorn 5. Are you tired of LARPing in your mom's basement? Well, today we're gonna be going on a hike and we're gonna be doing basically just some scenarios, you know, trying to get the mindset of what you would be doing if you were actually in a gunfight or you were on a milsim or just airsofting in general. So yeah, today we'll be deep diving into that.
Me and Tyler, you know, we've gone out hiking before just to kind of, you know, train, get a little bit of cardio in, get used to your kit, which is something that you should go do. One step that we've wanted to kind of take into our hiking is how do we actually like run a combat procedure, basically under the scenario of like a combat patrol. It's kind of something that you kind of have to think about. How do you do it? You know, we're using airsoft guns, which in this scenario kind of is a plus because we could actually go out and shoot stuff and not, you know, draw attention to ourselves with real firearms. Yet you could still probably do this same thing with real firearms, but posing the question, how do we actually run a scenario where we could get good training in? When you learn some stuff about actually doing like patrols and things you're supposed to do, you know, how can we implement that in, you know, just a civilian life? So basically what this breaks down to is on your hike, you're gonna be doing essentially an exercise routine, and you're gonna be breaking up between time slots and every time you hit a time slot, you're going to be entering a new zone and a new scenario, a different way to handle and approach the way that you're now moving on your hike. The end goal is going to be an easy way for you guys to just, every time you go on your hike and you say, hey, let's run a scenario, you don't have to do much thinking. You could just use my method that I came up with, and you'll be like, okay, perfect. I know every time that we hit this time slot, we're gonna go do this certain action. Hopefully it helps you guys out, makes things easier for the next time you guys go on your hike and want to actually run some sort of scenario.
All right, with all that being said, we have our buddy Evan here today. He's our guest for this episode, gonna be helping us run these patrols as a team and scenarios. All right, we'll go ahead and bring the guest of honor in. What's up, Evan? How's it going?
Hello, I'm Evan. I know these beautiful guys by just hitting our local airsoft field, and I hope my skills will be in use today.
How long you been playing Airsoft?
About 2.5 years.
Is it expensive?
Oh, definitely.
Is your wallet happy?
No, not a happy wallet, but I'm very happy.
Hell yeah. All right, guys, without further ado, we'll go ahead and get on with the video.
All right, guys, to get into this combat exercise, what I want you guys to actually think about, approach it like it is an actual exercise, right? Like a workout or whatever. So we are going to be going off of reps, and we're going to be going off of reps probably 15, 20 minutes. You could make it longer. We're blocking out our time while we're hiking. So, you know, say we got to our hike destination, we're all kitted up, we're ready to go. We're gonna block out, okay, 20 minutes doing this rep, 20 minutes doing that rep, right? So you're blocking it out. What we're gonna do is we're gonna be working off the basis of 4 mentalities between those reps. So we're gonna start off with safe. So for example, 20 minutes of safe hiking means that we can go and just have our normal hike. You know, give yourself a moment to kind of get used to the hike, warming yourself up to it, walk around with your friends, have fun. You could just chat, you know, have your moment where you're actually enjoying your hike. Like I said, this can be as long as you want. It doesn't have to be 20. You can make this one particularly like 30 minutes, however long you may want, right? So our second procedure is we're gonna increase the amount of danger. So we're gonna go from a soft comp mentality. What I mean by that is soft compromise. That means that we're suspicious that somebody is onto us, and we now need to move in a way that we are careful and that we are lowering our footprint and our signature as we're moving along. We're gonna be staggered, no noise discipline. If you're hiking at night, this is gonna be your moment where you're doing 0 light discipline, moving with hand signals. To move slow, think about how a predator moves, because you are under the impression that you're now being watched, you're soft compromised. Your next 20 minutes, you're gonna be actually reenacting combat. At this point, you're gonna be fully engaging threats. I'm gonna kind of describe and explain how you're gonna approach threats in a minute. You're finally in a combat scenario, so you're gonna be moving as if you're under fire, actually communicating with your team. And then the very last thing you're gonna do is secure. Secure is your last moment where you actually get to make sure that the area is safe. You're gonna kind of just check around, practice that, and then you're gonna get your minute to sit down, kind of relax, because you just, you know, entered a combat scenario. And then you're basically just gonna repeat that cycle over and over again. Once again, like I said, first it's safe, second it's soft comp, third it's combat, and fourth it's secure. Every 20 minutes you're doing one of those actions. You can kind of use this hiking exercise as a guide to practice all the things that you want to learn. So the way that you're gonna wanna kind of set this up so you're doing it properly is I would suggest having, you know, your phone on you, having some sort of timer. I'm gonna use my Apple Watch for when we run our scenarios. Every time you're doing your hikes, you're gonna be walking, your timer buzzes, and that's gonna be your moment where everyone kind of stops what they're doing and addresses the next scenario, training as if you were actually doing it. Things that you're gonna need to know while you go into this. The guy in the front is gonna be leading everything. So the guy in the front is gonna be that guy with the alarm that I was talking about, and he is gonna be basically the game master. He's always gonna be giving the first command. And then the next very important thing that we're gonna be practicing every single time this 20 minutes goes up, SLLS. Stop, look, listen, smell. Everyone's gonna stop. You're gonna try to look around for anything that's weird, maybe hear some rustling in a bush, maybe you smell something weird. In this moment, you're gonna be practicing that, and you're just gonna take this moment to address your situation. If somebody is addressing that, hey, we need to do SLLS right now, you think something is funny, so you need to be approaching it as a threat. With those two things being said, when those 20 minutes are up, when that alarm rings, that front man is gonna, and so the first command that he brings up, freeze, everyone down the line is gonna mimic that. So say for example, I'm front man, I'm leading, Tyler's behind me, and say we have 10 other dudes, right? We're hiking with 10 dudes. If I myself as the front man do this command, how's the dude way back there gonna know? So what we need to do is we need to chain this command. So I'm gonna do freeze, and Tyler's gonna do freeze, and him, and him, and him, the next guy after. But this is the only command that we're gonna be mimicking. We just need to get everyone's attention. And once we do that, Everyone down that chain needs to now focus on the front guy and see what he does. If I do any other hand commands from that point, nobody else is mimicking it. From that point, the only other commands that are going to be given are just by the front guy. You want to reduce your signature as much as possible because you are in that threat position. Everyone's going to be hiking around. They're not going to be engaged. Probably going to be like looking at the floor in front of you because there's a rock. As soon as you see the dude in front of you do this, then you'll know, stop. Everyone's attention now is focused on the front guy.
So a few things we'll want to know is some basic hand commands. We got freeze, which basically just means to freeze. Stop in your tracks, don't move. Roger that. Negative.
When you're doing these commands, say if we're really far away and Tyler's trying to do a command, you need to make sure that you're doing it in a way that's visible. So, one thing is you want to put it in front of your face because that's where people are going to see you. If you need to, maybe move it around to kind of get their brain to process what's happening. So when you're doing these commands, if you need to, put them in front of your face if you're far away enough.
You might have obscured sight lines and whatnot, so you want to definitely make sure they see you. We got you and me.
Pretty self-explanatory command, and this is a very important command. Form a dialogue, and once again, we're trying not to talk. If I need to tell Tyler to go over there, right? Or you and me is very important.
So we got crouch, and if you're standing, basically what you're going to do is you're going to crouch. If you're crouched and you do this hand command, you're going to prone.
From the last position of stance that you're in, if you see this command, that means you're dropping lower. You're dropping lower.
Last, we got rally up. And basically what that means is everybody's going to come to one single point. Game master told everybody to rally up. You're going to group together and figure out your next course of action.
It's more important if you need that moment to actually speak. If I can't just through with hand commands tell Tyler what I need to explain, if I tell him to rally up, now he could be close to me and I could actually tell him, discuss the plan a little bit more. The hand commands are important because when we're in that soft compromise situation, that's when we're going to be using these because we can't talk. Don't want to give away your position whatsoever, so you need to be moving with hand commands, keeping a form and line of communication, but yet still being quiet and discreet. This video is kind of just blocking out how to run an exercise so you could add more things to it and train. So now that we have a basic understanding of these things that we need to know to actually go into this and kind of understand this scenario and how to run it, I'm going to actually go into individually what you're going to be doing every single threat level that we're addressing. So safe, I'm not going to address it. It's pretty self-explanatory. We're just hiking. Once 20 minute goes up and now we're in that soft comp scenario, we're not going to be talking at all. Not going to be trying to make any sounds. We're going to move like a predator. Think about watching a cat when it hunts. Their head movements are very slow. They're using their eyes to move, not as much as their head. The human brain picks up movement very easily. We're also going to want to stagger our positions. We're going to want to make sure that we're spread apart, stay away from each other, because you don't know when things could pop off and you don't know what they have. They could shoot an explosive at you and take a lot of you guys out.
Quick scope collateral.
Bro's gonna 50 BMG collat all you guys. We're gonna keep our movement staggered as well. So this is a very good way to practice patrolling an actual natural environment out in the field, move one by one. So say for example, Tyler is the one up front, get to a nice secure position, and he's going to stay there, and I'm going to stay wherever I'm at. We're going to be as still as we can and assess our position. And then from this point on, when we're ready to move, I'm going to take Tyler's position, the next guy's going to take my position, and Tyler's going to find a new position. So in this moment when we're all staying still, what we're going to do is we're going to look around, practicing sills. Nobody's going to move until we all get those thumbs up. So if it's working off of 3 people like we have right here, Tyler's going to look at me, give me thumbs up. I'm going to look at Tyler, give him thumbs up. I'm gonna look at Evan, give him thumbs up, and everyone at that point is gonna know, okay, we're safe to move, let's move. Pay attention to your surroundings and really look out for anything that's off-putting. Our third scenario, which I'm sure is kind of the one that you guys have been questioning the most because it's kind of interesting how to engage it. That 20 minutes has ran up and we are now in a situation where we are engaging a threat. So how are we actually gonna do this with airsoft guns, not actually engaging real people out just somewhere hiking, right? You could do this with rounds in your gun. You could also not do it. It doesn't matter. I'd suggest for you to have your gun ready to actually dry fire because then you could kind of simulate that a little bit more. You're going to choose an item out here, out in their natural environment that is relatively common. I'd say there's a fair amount of trunks on the floor, maybe bushes, maybe rocks, whatever that item may be. That is going to be what you're engaging. That is going to be what you're setting your sights on and trying to shoot. Everyone's going to engage these items individually. So you don't need to get too caught up on trying to keep track, okay, I killed this one, I killed that one. Don't convolute it. Just kind of keep mental note. I shot that log. That means I can move to the next one. And it's not like I need to relay the info to Tyler every single time, hey, I shot a log. Everyone is just going to individually engage those targets. Along with that, you do want to be practicing team communication in this moment. This is really what the importance of this coming down to, practicing team communication in a engaged scenario. We're going to want to call out locations. If you see logs, you know, you definitely want to make sure, hey, by the tree, by the bush, whatever system you want to use and train with to give proper call outs, you're going to be using this right now. If you're using a compass, you know, training and practicing your call out system to stay tight with your buddies. If you have radios, this is a very good moment to practice using radios. And then you want to also try practicing, you know, some strategies. Once again, you're hiking, so your goal is to continue to move forward. How are we going to strategize to continue to move forward while we're in this combat scenario? You know, if we've shot a bunch of logs and then I kind of tell Tyler, like, hey, I got all these ones right here, we're clear to move. And now we can kind of plan a flank, continue to move up and continue to engage those threats. So yeah, that's basically engaging. And then the very last thing is just going to be secure. 20 minutes goes up, everyone stops, we cease fire, and we're just securing the area. So at this point, you know, you can kind of just look around, got your adrenaline pumping, so sit down for a little bit, hang out with your buddies, and this is your moment where you get to chill. You're gonna have 2 moments where you just get to chill and then hike with your friends and just kind of enjoy your time, and then 2 moments where you're actually practicing a combat scenario. So I think it's a good medium between you're still out there having fun with your buddies and you're not LARPing too hard, but you're still getting the proper training in and you're getting a exercise routine to practice tools that you're learning.
One thing we'll add on to this to kind of spice it up, random variables. Something like if a helicopter or a plane flies over, we'll do a drill where we, you know, get down and get some overhead concealment, try to stay out of sight of that helicopter. You know, basically any kind of random scenario we could throw in, we're going to throw it in.
Yeah, and it's good to use real world things because then we could train our mind to think about when these things are actually happening, because in a real scenario, it may actually be a dangerous situation that a helicopter is flying over your head.
Absolutely. Or a drone or a bird, or yeah, we could basically use anything as a random variable. We could throw sills in at any moment.
When you're throwing in those random sills, I want you guys to base it off of, once again, real scenarios. So if you actually hear, you know, an animal, something in the bush that's just kind of off, take that moment. Once again, we need to be practicing and training our senses to be aware of what's out here in our environment. So if you hear a twig snap, if you smell something funny, just take that moment to practice it, you know, because you want to be training your senses to, you know, anytime something is funny, anytime something is weird, you need to be addressing it. We're not giving you every possible scenario. If you're going to go do this, actually take some time to think about what are some things that I want to train for and what are some things that I want to throw in there as variables to start training myself to, you know, properly address that.
One thing to note as well is you could do this in plain clothes. Like, you don't have to do it with a gun or kit.
Right.
You know, you're just kind of practicing the mindset.
In summary, what this should look like: start our alarm. Walk at your own pace. We're just gonna have fun with our buddies. We're just gonna walk. And once that alarm goes off, we're gonna do sills. Everyone's gonna stay quiet, move staggered. All those things I was telling you before, we're gonna start practicing them right now. That alarm's gonna ring again, and this is how we're gonna kick off the combat. Once again, sills. Everyone stops, look, listen, smell. Anyone that makes the very first contact, we're gonna yell it out and everyone start engaging, actually taking cover, taking concealment if cover isn't around. At this point, when the alarm goes off, everyone's gonna be all over the place, so we're just gonna say ceasefire. Everyone say ceasefire, ceasefire, secure the area, and just take your moment to sit down, kind of regroup, hang out for a little bit, and then start over again. From this point on, what we're gonna do is Tyler has a GoPro. Me, Tyler, and Evan are going to actually run a scenario and kind of show you guys what that looks like.
Contact in the goalie! Good moving, good moving. Contact in the goalie! Get some shots down range. Cover you.
Copy. Start shooting, start shooting. Contact left side. Everything look left. Looking bad. You guys see anything? Negative. Looks clear. It's cleared out. Fire! Fire! You want to check your equipment, make sure you're all loaded up.
Alrighty guys, thanks for watching the video. Hope you learned something. Also, we're super appreciative of the good comments and the subscribers. Right now we're at about 800 at the time of this video. You know, if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, comment, share it with your friends, you know, save it on your playlists. We appreciate any bit of interaction with you guys, and we're always willing to, you know, help you guys out. If you want to hit us up on our Instagram, Foghorn5.
Yeah, guys, I just hope that overall this whole concept that we came up with is going to be beneficial to you guys, because I know in my hiking experience, the only things that I've really done before when it comes to like practicing stuff was those like helicopter drills and stuff. Think like, how can I actually like set up a hike so it's easy and convenient? Because now anytime I go out on a hike and I want to practice, I don't have to think about it. I don't have to plan something out. I just know I need to bring my timer, and I know every time that 20 minutes rings, we can move on to our next scenario and everyone will be on page. I hope we encourage you guys to go outside, make some friends, go invite them to go on a hike with you, and just have some fun and, you know, get practice out there, because there's no harm in training. Even if it's airsoft or whatever, don't let anyone shoot you down. You're smarter for going out there training, because one day if anything ever does happen, you're the one with that knowledge and people are going to be looking at you for help.
Well, that pretty much wraps it up for the video. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.